What is happening, guys, and welcome back to the channel. First things first, make sure you smash like on the video and subscribe if you're new. And with the Euros concluding this weekend, hopefully with an England victory, things in the transfer market should start heating up again. We've already seen the completion of a big deal in Jadon Sancho to Manchester United, and the intentions of Manchester City to sign Harry Kane and Jack Grealish. But for my team, Chelsea, things seem to be kind of very quiet at the moment, which I'm a little bit concerned about. Obviously, you've got complete faith in the club, Roman and Marina, to kind of get some big deals done. But all the same, it's a little bit worrying when you see your rivals setting out their stall and strengthening in key positions. You kind of don't want to be left behind. And clearly, we've had the Achraf Hakimi saga where we were heavily linked and fairly close to a deal. And I have to say, from my opinion, it's a big disappointment that we've missed out on him. A great age, 21, 22 years of age. A top player, and he would have added great depth to the squad because Reece James is not going to play, 50, 60 games next season. He can slot in the back three, and we can use Hakimi. So yeah, it's a big shame we've missed out there ultimately, but let's kind of hope that we can push on and not be left behind. But yeah, it's just a concern for me. Right at the start of the window, we've been linked, with the top tier strikers. Your Haalands, Lukaku, Harry Kane, and at the moment it seems pretty quiet on that front. Lukaku came out very early on, gave an interview with Belgian television stating that he's spoken to new Inter Milan manager Simone Inzaghi, and he was happy to stay. He's really happy to be there. So it looks very unlikely he could come. I wouldn't completely rule it out. Inter are in a bit of financial difficulty. Obviously, the money they've received from Paris Saint-Germain for Achraf Hakimi will help that, but I wouldn't completely rule out Inter Milan having to sell another one of their key players, and it would most likely be Romelu Lukaku. The Harry Kane situation, I'd love to see Chelsea put a bid in and kind of test Tottenham's resolve and give Kane a decision to make, but ultimately, I can't really see Daniel Levy selling to Chelsea. And that kind of leaves us with Erling Haaland, where a similar situation to how we landed Kai Havertz last summer, it was blatantly obvious to everyone that, one big piece of the jigsaw missing for Chelsea is that number 9 position, someone that can consistently put the ball in the net, and we'd be a complete team. And the signing of a crucial number 9 would in my opinion transform us into title challengers and really give City a good run for their money. The Haaland stuff, there were strong rumours doing the rounds kind of a few weeks ago, but it's gone a bit quiet recently. But I think it's one of those deals that I know Dortmund are unlikely to wanting to lose Jadon Sancho and Erling Haaland, their 2 biggest assets, in the same window. But the fact that he's leaving for 70 million euros next summer, do Dortmund think, well, if we get 150, 155 million euros from Chelsea, hopefully, do we kind of cash in now and make a big profit, or is an extra season worth sort of 70, 80 million euros to us that they would be missing out on? I think from a Chelsea perspective, it's vitally important that if we can get this transfer done this summer, then we must go full steam ahead and do whatever it takes, even if we end up paying well over double what the price might be next summer. He will have a choice of clubs next summer, almost wherever he wants to go. So, if this still can get done, then that's absolutely crucial that we push ahead of it. I mean, I would like to think in the coming weeks, once the Euros has died down, etc., and pre-seasons have kicked off and are a bit more into swing, that we might see Chelsea launching a bid for Erling Haaland. Because if not, I'm a little bit concerned. We've been linked with the sort of the Harrods top tier strikers. I'm a bit worried that we might have to drop down to sort of like a bit of a Sainsbury's level, which is not. It's not really where you want to be shopping if you're looking for top stuff. So, transfer guru Fabrizio Romano has said that Chelsea are a certainty to sign a number 9. So obviously he's a lot more clued up than I am. So hopefully there'll be some exciting developments coming on that front. But I also think perhaps maybe a bit of a quiet window. We've done really well last season. Thomas Tuchel coming in, making a massive impact. We've won the Champions League. And part of me thinks that maybe the board think that this squad doesn't need as much investment as perhaps a lot of the fans think. A big 200 million plus outlay last summer. Timo Werner should kick on and be a lot better this season. The same with Kai Havertz. Hakim Ziyech should be better as well. So there's kind of that trail of thought also. But from my personal opinion, it's Erling Haaland or bust really for me. If we can't get a top level centre forward, and I don't think really there's much point in sort of bringing in something similar to what we've got already. So I take Erling Haaland and no other signings for sure. If the situation at the end of the day was sign Erling Haaland and you can't sign anyone else, I think we've got capable cover from players that have been out on loan that can come and fill positions in the squad. I'd much rather see the likes of Ruben Loftus-Cheek or even Bakayoko, seems to have a bit of a forgotten man at Chelsea, just fill a squad position if they're happy to stay, rather than going and spending 30-40 million pounds on a midfielder to fill a space in the squad. But as I said, for me personally, I would definitely take Erling Haaland and no other signings if that's all we could do this summer, because I think that's the one key position that we need to strengthen. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on Chelsea's activity in the window so far. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below if you agree with me that you would take Haaland and no one else. And hopefully in the coming weeks we'll have some good news with Chelsea on the transfer front in terms of incomings. But as always, guys, smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll catch you in the next one.